Hi, I'm Gage from the Cut and Shape Company in Merced, California, here for ODOWD, and today I'm going to show you my tips and tricks on using the matte paste. So right now my hair is like towel dry damp, like I just got out of the shower a couple minutes ago and came to work. Yeah, it's like slightly damp, pretty evenly. So what I like to do is, before I apply the matte paste, get a couple little sprays of the texture spray. And then, because I don't typically like a more like tight comb back matte look. I like a more loose kind of textured matte look. And because my hair is not curly and it's that kind of trouble hair that you either have this hair or you know someone who has this hair, grows straight out like a porcupine. I like to blow dry it kind of in the general shape and then apply the matte paste kind of loosely around and kind of get that texture and that kind of like wave that I get in my naturally mostly straight hair. So here we go. As you can see with the blow dryer, I've started to kind of form the general shape of what I want the style to be. You don't always have to get it exactly where you want it. Especially with like a textured look, you want that little bit of differentiation. That's how you say that word? To kind of add to that texture and that kind of messy but neat style. And if you're like me, you get those weird splits back here that kind of like your hair parts and they want to go over the place. Well, I've learned that when you do a style like this, just expect that. And the way to kind of tame that is to be a little more, intentional with your blow dryer. I'm doing this loose because I like a looser, more textured style. But you can take your brush. You may not have a fancy Demon brush, but you can use any roller brush or comb, and basically what you want to do is you want to kind of take this, and while you see my split is kind of back here, you want to kind of blow dry, grab, pull up, and blow dry that way. You kind of want to just kind of get it all to want to lay nice. And you can see right now with my style that I'm doing, I'm kind of keeping it loose. I'm kind of putting, when I'm blowing the hair up, I'm using my fingers to get as much air in there as possible. If you're using just the texture spray and that's what you're going to walk with all day, I recommend, making it completely dry. And I'm going to go in and kind of touch this up a little bit more with the hair dryer just to kind of get a little bit more shape out of this side. And then I'm going to throw a little bit of matte paste in there. I like putting the matte paste in when there's just a little bit of moisture in there because then gives it a more natural shine, not completely matte, and that's kind of what I prefer. Okay, that feels about right. Right there. All right. Now you'll probably see this in the paste write-up, but so the matte paste has this really awesome texture. Like it's not quite a cream, it's not quite a pomade. It's a little bit thicker, you know. I would probably, it's like if you could spread like Play-Doh in your hands, kind of. And then yeah, see it breaks down. It gets really like just nice and even in your fingers. And then I kind of forward, because if you put it forward, you're gonna get resistance for when you want to comb it back, especially since you just blow dried your hair into that position. So pull it forward, work it inside to side. And you can definitely use this matte paste to get like a more slick, tight style. That's just not my thing right now. Like I'm not feeling the slicker styles. So yeah, look at kind of nice throwback. Right? And if you're like me and you get these little pieces back here that poof up, you know, really no way to combat that other than cutting them off or growing them out and, you know, getting them to lay the way you want. I take just a little more matte paste. And then, so the sides right here, I like to comb them back. I like the back to lay down a little bit. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm really bad at angles. See? And now look, see they're laying down kind of nice. And then now just add a little bit more here. Now the key here for this kind of style that's like more light, textured, a little bit of volume, is you don't want to use too much product. Because if you use too much product, it's just going to add weight to the hair and all it's going to do is want to go and sink down. My hair is really kind of picky. Like literally I could do the same thing every day and it would act a little bit different. And one of the things it's really picky about is volume. Like it likes to have volume sometimes, not other times. But this is pretty much about it. I'll probably detail the sides a little bit. Maybe, yeah, just like that. You know, wipe your hands, throw your glasses on, whatever you gotta do. And this is basically how I style my hair for a work day. All right. You guys stay clean.